You know, we had a rough go at Colorado. We decided, you know what, let's head to Kansas. You know, Billy's got a spot out here that he guides on. And he said, you know, we've got way too many coyotes out there. They're really hurting the deer populations and the small game populations. Let's go see if we can thin them out. And we haven't slowed down at all. Like Billy said, we drove about 10 hours, got a couple hours of sleep, and Billy's buddy Devin was kind enough to take us to a couple of his coyote hotspots. So we're here in Kansas and we're gonna give it a whirl. So all of us take off to our first setup, and we were so excited. I see this coyote pop out of the brush, and it was like, okay, whether the dogs chase him or not, we're gonna get a coyote and put one on the ground. This coyote starts cutting across the field, and I'm getting pretty excited. He probably would have kept coming, but as you can see on the video, he started circling a little bit downwind like they'll always do. And I got the scope on him, and I knew that Thompson setter was ready to put something down. And the first shot just piled him up. That is awesome. Thank you, Devin. That's awesome, buddy. Dog came trotting out, and we were waiting to see if the dogs would spot him. The dogs didn't see him, and he came trotting across the field. And I finally couldn't stand. I said, if I get the shot, Billy, I'm gonna take him. And he stopped out there, I don't know, probably only 100 yards or so. And I just gave him one from the Thompson center, and it put him straight down. You gotta love what those Hornady VMAX will do to a coyote. Let's go take a look at him. Well, that's pretty awesome. They got way too many coyotes out here in Kansas. Both Devin and Billy runs whitetail hunts out here as well, and he was telling me, man, we're seeing coyotes all over the place. We should go out there and try and thin them down. And this is a great example of a dog coming in, went with a puppy in distress, and you can see this coyote popped out, and we got #1 coyote down on the ground. Well, it has turned hot in Kansas. We're gonna go out again this evening. This morning was awesome. We got one dog down. It got almost to 100 degrees today. So we're gonna go out this evening. What's kind of neat is Devin's dad, Greg's gonna come with us as well. So we're gonna have a lot of fun, try and call in some dogs this evening. We're gonna have Keith over here on the other side with the dogs. I'm gonna set the call right up here. Hopefully we'll get something either over the hill or coming out of this brush in front of us. We started calling, and I see a coyote coming at us. And this is where the video is so tough sometimes. And Jake does an amazing job videoing, because predator hunting, when a coyote's barreling in, it's tough to keep track of on any camera. But we see this coyote barreling in, and I said, okay, you got him? And he goes, I'm on him. Got him. I said, okay, and he goes, wait a minute, he's behind the tree. And I'm thinking, well, he's behind me. I can't see exactly what he's doing, but I can see the coyote. I'm on him. So Jake repositions. And I'm like, are you ready? He goes, okay, take him. And then he goes, wait, he's moved again. Let me reposition. So he's repositioning. You got him? Meanwhile, the coyote that I'm watching, he's coming, and all of a sudden he's looking, and we're up there moving around, and he gets nervous, turns and starts to leave. And I said, are you on him? And he goes, I'm on him. I bust this coyote, and he takes off, and I hear Keith, and he goes, well, wait a minute, that's not the one I was looking at. I'm like, what are you talking about? And Jake goes, did you shoot one? I said, yeah. I said, I killed the one I was looking at, and ran over and died in a wood pile. And ends up, we were literally looking at 2 different coyotes. We called in a double and had no idea, even though they were only about 50 yards apart. When you get focused in, it's sometimes hard to keep your eye on everything. So it was pretty neat. I ended up nailing another coyote, but we didn't quite get it on video. But what a crazy way it went down, huh, Jake?
Oh man, I had no idea.
It's crazy, because I saw the one coming. I'm like, got one right here. And Jake's like, hold on, and he kept repositioning. I thought, boy, I can see it pretty good. And I thought maybe my body was in the way. He was looking at a different coyote on the ridge. I shoot this one, it drops right in here. And then we start talking and realize there were 2 coyotes. Let's go look at him, that's awesome. Look at the canines on that dog. That's a lot older dog than the one we shot this morning. You can see why they're so devastating on the fawn populations. But that's pretty neat. Called in a double. This time of year, that's usually what you're calling in. Well, I saw him flip over that log pile, and it was funny because I was like, boy, I felt like I was on him. And he started running when we finally got to him. Jake kept repositioning 3 different times. He's like, I was like, are you on him? He's like, yep. And then the coyote would start running. He goes, nope. And he's repositioning. I'm like, holy cow. 3rd time I said, are you on him? And he goes, yep. And I'm just getting re-squeezed. And I said, he's leaving. And Jake goes, hold on a minute. And he repositions again. The coyote's running away. And finally he turns. He's just getting down here in the brush. He turns for a minute and I give him one and he took off and I thought, man, I know I was on him. And he went about 20 yards and piled up in that brush pile right there. Just getting light here in Kansas. We just got set up at one of the spots that we heard coyotes howling at last night after darks. Greg wasn't able to make it with us this morning, but we got Devin, Keith, and Billy, the original crew. Well, the dogs had just disappeared into the brush, and I'm looking back over this way, and as I swing my eyes back, I see something come running out of the brush right toward us. Well, my mind said, it's a dog. So I just kept looking because I thought it was one of Keith's dogs coming back to us, and I looked back and I realized it's a coyote. And then right behind it is another coyote. I'm like, no! I throw up the rifle, I'm trying to get on him. By the time this coyote comes in and I'm on him, he can't be 30 yards, 25, 30 yards. Well, the coyote starts to realize something's up. He sees one of the dogs too. He banks around and I decide to shoot him while he's trotting. I shoot him and drop him. And then I swing on the other one. And we'll have to look at the video, but I just missed him. It looked like I was on him, but he kept going. Then Devin shot to my left. Devin shot just over the coyote, and then Keith made a heck of an offhand shot as that coyote's barreling down the tree line, and he just missed him. So the second dog was pretty lucky, but we had another one on the ground. That was absolutely nuts. Did you think that was a coyote?
At first I thought it was Keith's dog.
I thought it was one of Keith's dogs too. That was awesome, buddy. That was awesome. We got one dog down right here, and that was awesome. Billy, Keith, that was nuts. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Yeah. The dogs had to come over here and chew him up. Look at that. Oh, look at that 22-250 did to him. Look at that. Yeah, it tore him up, boy. Tore him up. I mean, we were on the edge of this field, and that's Jake's tripod right there. Keith was over here covering the downwind side. Devin was there covering the real close shot if one popped out of the brush here. That couldn't have worked out any better. That was awesome. Let's try and get another one, huh?
Let's do it.
This last coyote is awesome, and it's really pretty cool because talk about a team effort. Billy and Devin could have smoked this coyote. We started up the call, and the wind was howling, so we set up really close to the brush, because when you've got a lot of wind or rain or even snow, anything that'll help muffle that sound from carrying very far, you want to set up as close as you can to where you think the coyotes are. So these guys said, let's get up right close to the cover and we'll set up. It's pretty windy, so I tried to get the call up again, just like that last set. I hadn't been calling. I mean, I had just turned the Fox Pro call on, puppy in distress, for maybe 10 seconds. And all of a sudden, Billy to our right goes, here comes one. I can't see it because I'm watching the other side of the field. I'm down kind of low. And all of a sudden, right next to us, I hear, yep, 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 yep. This coyote is going nuts. It's obviously a male dog. He's come in and he's barking at us. Billy and Devin had this coyote at 25 yards, tops, maybe even 20 yards. They're both on him, and I'm waiting to hear the shot. Billy makes a call to wait. Let's watch this coyote interact with the dogs. You can see this coyote reacting to the Fox Pro call and the puppy in distress noise. Then the coyote sees a dog, and you can hear him interacting with the dogs. He breaks out into the open, and all of a sudden the coyotes and the dogs are interacting. The dogs are spinning around the coyote, and the coyote starts kind of trotting off. And I decided, you know what? Those dogs could probably bring him back, but he's starting to leave. I'm gonna take the running shot that I've got offered to me. Woo! Down! How awesome is that? Smoked him on the run! How close did that dog come in?
Good, he set barked at 25 yards.
He came right up to the call. That dog came right up to the call. That worked out so awesome. I mean, the dog was right here, and I heard Billy go right here, and he came out running, and I was making sure I had a clear shot, and the dogs weren't around, and you could see how the coyote interacted with the dogs. It was upset about the dogs being right there. It took up over the hill, and I just smoked it. These guys are awesome. It's thanks to Billy and Devin we got that much footage on him, because you guys could have smoked him.
Yeah, yeah, we had him. And I just like, Devin, hold on, because right then I could see something was going to happen, and I knew the dogs were there, and let's see what happens.
It's tough to hold, isn't it, Devin?
Oh, yeah, it's hard to. It's quite an adrenaline rush.
Oh man, it was awesome. And that's what the dogs are supposed to do. I mean, keep those coyotes around, and that worked out absolutely perfect. You know, the great thing about shooting them now is these deer, there's fawns dropping right now, and these things are devastating on the fawn crop.
Yeah, there is so many coyotes here. It's just amazing. You know, Fred, we're hunting whitetail here in the falls in November in the rut and stuff, and we're seeing out of our whitetail stands, we're averaging 7 or 8 coyotes a day walking by our whitetail stands. Obviously, there's too many coyotes.
Too many coyotes.
So obviously, we're out here right now, going to try and thin the population. Yep, save some fawns.
Yeah, Billy shoots. He also guides whitetail hunters out here. And you guys shoot some monster whitetails.
Shoot some great whitetails.
You guys got a over 180 this year.
We killed a 186 this last year. Great buck. There's some great whitetails here. So we're trying to improve the whitetails, have some fun, and kill some coyotes.